I'm Ari Herstand. I've been a lifelong musician. I've played over 1,000 shows, everywhere from living rooms to arenas, everything in between. And TIDAL and I have partnered on these educational workshops. We're doing a bunch of these virtual workshops. They're live, they're exclusive just for those that have kind of signed up. And I've applied for the TIDAL Artist Rising program within Artist Home. We're creating space for artists to grow, thrive, and build their careers with purpose and confidence. TIDAL Rising is here to help you take the next step in your journey. Things to do before releasing a song or an album. That is what we are here to talk about today. But I'm going to kick it off with our number one of the 9 things to do before you release a song or an album. Register your works. All right, you ready? Let's strap in because this is very, very important. Everyone who's here today, if you have a label, your label is going to go to Sound Exchange and be like, hey, Sound Exchange, we're the record label behind this track, pay us. Sound Exchange will be like, okay, cool, we're going to pay you, but guess what? We only pay you 50% of the money because we pay artists 50%, performers 50%, and 50% goes to the label. So you as the performer, or actually say me as a performer because I'm the performer in this example, I have to go to Sound Exchange and register no diploma. This is my recording. I made no diploma. This is my recording. So Sound Exchange, please pay me that 50% for the performer side. And if I don't have a record label, then actually just click the both button. I just go, I'm actually both. So I'm gonna click both. I'm both the record label and they call it like the copyright owner, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm both. And if you're both, if you don't have a label, you're both. So Eddie M wrote no diploma. So guess what? He gets to register his song with his PRO, Performing Rights Organization. So yes, we have people here that have already done this. Sable is with ASCAP. Gage is with BMI. You know, PRS here is just for UK. I don't think we have anyone here from the UK. SOCAN is for people in Canada. I don't believe we have anyone here in Canada. So most of you here are gonna be ASCAP and BMI. Some of you will be CSAC. The thing is, as a songwriter, you register with a performing rights organization. If you don't have a publishing company or an admin publishing company, you can also register what they call a vanity publisher. You can create a name because ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, the performing rights organizations, they do a similar thing. They pay 50% of the money to the publisher and 50% of the money to the songwriter. In this case, you know, if Eddie M is with, let's say, ASCAP, then they're gonna pay the publisher 50%. Now, if you don't have a publisher, you're losing 50% of your money. So you're gonna wanna either create a vanity publishing company and register that with your PRO and register as a songwriter, or you can work with a publishing company or an admin publisher out there. Where do these come from? Let me just break this down real quick. Performance royalties come from streams, so anytime your song is streamed on any DSP, on any streaming service, but also anytime your song is played on a jukebox, in a department store, at a sports game, by you at a concert, or by any artist at a concert, all of that, that's where performance royalties are earned, and ASCAP, BMI, they collect these and then they pay you, okay? Now, mechanical royalties are a little bit different. Mechanical royalties are earned also anytime your song is streamed, so both of them, it's about 50-50. So when a song is streamed, about half of the songwriter money goes to the PROs and half the money or so goes to the MLC in the US, mechanical royalties. And then mechanical royalties are also earned, you know, if an artist sells a vinyl record or CD or whatever. That's all obviously such a small proportion here. So we're really just talking about streams here. Half the money is this performance royalties and half is mechanical royalties. And if you're in the US, you can register directly with the MLC and they will pay you all of those mechanicals that were earned by your songs in the US. But if you have a publisher or an admin publisher, PXTN, I don't know how you're pronouncing that, but yeah, you mentioned Song Trust, there's Centric, there's TuneCore Publishing. There are some admin publishers out there that act as your publisher. They do your administration. So that means, yes, if you are working with an admin publisher, you do not need to register with the MLC. They are gonna do that on your behalf. Paxton, thank you, Paxton. Okay. All right, and then also you want to register on the 4 artists home on your on the DSP, so the streaming services. So on TIDAL, you all know you're here because of it. You register on TIDAL Artist Home. There's also Amazon Music for artists, Pandora Amp, Spotify for artists, Apple Music for artists. So you want to get registered on all of these platforms. So, you can track your analytics. You can, at least on TIDAL Artist Home, you can kind of message and collaborate with other artists. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit. But this is a good kind of behind the curtain just for the artists to look at that kind of stuff. You want to register your lyrics. So if you wonder why your lyrics aren't showing up on TIDAL or Instagram or something like that, well, it could be because your lyrics aren't registered with Musicsmatch. Musicsmatch is the service that powers the lyrics for a lot of these platforms. TIDAL, Spotify, Vivo, Instagram, Amazon, Apple Music, Google, Musicsmatch. So you're gonna have to go to Musicsmatch, register, it's free. You just register a profile, create an account. And yes, when you distribute your song, your recording with a distributor, so whoever you use for distribution, it will ask you for lyrics and they'll send it some places. But if you're wondering why your lyrics aren't showing up in other places, it's most likely because you haven't registered your lyrics with Musicsmatch.